In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NHL games happening on April 14, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NHL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Chicago Blackhawks versus Montreal Canadiens. The Chicago Blackhawks, sitting at 23 wins, 46 losses, and 11 overtime losses for a total of 57 points, are heading north to face off against the Montreal Canadiens, who are at 39-31-10 with 88 points. Chicago came up short in a 5-4 loss to the Winnipeg Jets on Saturday. It's been a tough stretch for the Blackhawks. They've dropped 7 of their last 9 games and are officially out of the playoff hunt. Montreal, on the other hand, fell to the Toronto Maple Leafs in a tight 1-0 overtime game that same night, which kept them from locking in a playoff spot. The Canadiens have lost 2 in a row but still hang on to the second and final wild card position in the Eastern Conference. Offensively, the Blackhawks have struggled to get anything going. In 7 of their last 9 outings, they've scored 3 goals or fewer, and that tells the story. They're currently ranked 27th in the league for goals per game and dead last in shots per game. Defensively, it's been just as rough. They're near the bottom in goals allowed per game at 31st, and they give up the second most shots per game in the league. Montreal, on the flip side, has shown a little more firepower lately, scoring at least 3 goals in 6 of their last 10 games. As things stand, the Canadiens are on the cusp of locking in a wild card spot in the East, while the Blackhawks are once again on the outside looking in. Chicago has dropped 14 of its last 17 games overall, including 7 of the last 8 on the road. They've also struggled in this specific matchup, losing 4 of the last 5 games against Montreal. The Canadiens have done much better at home, winning 6 of their last 8 overall and 9 of the last 10 at the Bell Center. Statistically, Montreal ranks 3rd best in the NHL against the puck line with a 47-33 record, while Chicago comes in at 14th with a 41-39 record. The Blackhawks are 27th in goals scored and dead last in goals allowed. They take fewer shots than any other team in the league and allow the second most. They do have a decent power play, ranking 10th, but Montreal's penalty kill is strong at 8, which likely neutralizes that edge. I get it, there's always a case to be made for a big underdog like Chicago, especially in a league as unpredictable as the NHL. But this Blackhawks squad has been one of the worst road teams all season, and with Montreal having a shot at clinching a playoff spot at home, I think we're going to see them come out flying. The crowd at the Bell Center will be loud, and this just feels like a game where Chicago will be outmatched from the jump. As our first pick for this matchup, the Montreal Canadiens money line is our full game side pick. When it comes to scoring, the under has been a pretty solid trend lately. Montreal games have gone under the total in 6 of their last 7. And when these two teams face each other, it's been a similar story. 10 of the last 12 meetings have hit the under, including all 5 most recent games played in Montreal. As we've said, Chicago struggles to score. They're 27th in goals for average. Montreal is a little better, sitting at 18, but still not enough firepower to push the total past the line. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Dallas Stars versus Detroit Red Wings. It's a non-conference showdown on the ice Monday night as 2 teams, each looking to snag 2 points, go head-to-head in Detroit. The Dallas Stars are in town to face off against the Red Wings in what could be a gritty battle in the Motor City. Dallas is coming off a 5-3 home loss to Utah from Saturday, while Detroit enters this one riding the high of a 4-3 overtime road win against Tampa Bay on Friday. In their last 10 meetings, Dallas has thoroughly dominated, winning 9 of those games and coming out on top in the last 8 straight, including a 4-1 win at home back on January 19th. Detroit shows up for this one already knocked out of playoff contention, so the real question is how much fight they'll bring to the rink. Still, they've held their own at home with a 21-16-3 record. Dallas, on the other hand, has been decent on the road, going 22-14-3, but they're currently stuck in a slump, having dropped 5 games in a row. Even worse, they've given up 4 or more goals in 4 of those losses. Though the Stars have their playoff ticket punched, the way they've been playing lately is something to worry about as the postseason gets closer. At the end end of the day, this is a game where both teams don't have much at stake, at least on paper. Dallas is basically just coasting at this point with their playoff spot already secured and a matchup against the Avalanche locked in. Sure, no team wants to head into the playoffs on a losing skid, but the Stars aren't exactly going to go full throttle for a game that doesn't change their situation. On the flip side, even though Detroit has been officially eliminated, they're still a proud franchise and would probably love to play spoiler and finish their season with some fight. Just look at how they handled the Lightning as a huge underdog. As our first pick for this matchup, the Detroit Red Wings money line is our full game side pick. Over their last 10 games, the Stars have averaged 3.5 goals per outing, hitting the 3-goal mark in 8 of those matchups. But their offense has been streaky. They pumped in 22 goals during a 5-game win streak and only managed 13 during their current 5-game losing stretch. On the road, their scoring has held steady at around 3.33 goals per game, though their defense has shown some cracks, allowing close to 2.8 goals per contest. Detroit, meanwhile, has been less explosive, putting up just 2.6 goals per game over their last 10. They managed 18 goals in their 5 wins during that span, but just 8 in their 5 losses. At home, the Red Wings average just over 3 goals a night, but they tend to struggle when the pressure's on, leaning toward a low-scoring affair in this one. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Los Angeles Kings versus Edmonton Oilers. The Kings are heading up north to Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta, where they'll face off against the Oilers. Both teams are neck and neck in the Pacific Division, with identical records of 47 wins, 28 losses, and 5 overtime losses. Los Angeles currently holds second place, while Edmonton sits just behind in third. So far this season, the Kings have had a slight edge in the matchup, winning 2 out of the 3 games they've played against the Oilers. When it comes to playing at home within the Pacific Division, the Oilers have been red hot, going 9-1-0 in their last 10 of those matchups. On the other hand, the Kings have struggled in this spot, especially when listed as underdogs, posting a rough 1-3-0 record in those road games against Pacific teams. While a win would help Los Angeles clinch home ice advantage for the playoffs, it's not do or die. They've still got 2 more chances after this one. For Edmonton, though, this game carries a bit more weight. It could be their final appearance at home this season, both in the regular schedule and potentially in the postseason, so expect them to come in fired up, even with key injuries in the mix. It's fair to say both of these squads have looked solid all year, and you could make a decent argument for either one in this spot. But with the betting line offering what feels like a true toss-up, I'm leaning toward the Oilers. They've just looked more dependable at home, especially when you consider that 19 of the Kings' 24 losses this season have happened on the road. Meanwhile, Edmonton is coming off a solid week that saw them string together 3 straight wins, and the offense seemed to click again after a bit of a lull. Even with the Oilers banged up and missing some offensive pieces, they've still got enough talent to stay dangerous, and history leans their way. They've taken 7 of the last 10 games against the Kings. As our first pick for this matchup, the Edmonton Oilers money line is our full game side pick. Looking at the totals, the Oilers have hit the under in 7 of their last 10 games. The Kings, as road underdogs, have a similar trend going with a 7-13-2 over-under record this season. While I think the Oilers pull out a win here, it probably won't be a high-scoring affair. With so many players still sidelined, Edmonton's best path to a win will be on the defensive end, leaning on Calvin Pickard to hold things down in net. They're going to need to grind this one out and keep it tight if they want to outlast the Kings. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.